Hello, fellow travelers, and thank you for joining me for this week's edition of Travel Insights. I'm Connie with Pack Your Bags Travel. We've all heard about Disney and Mickey and Minnie, and we all love Disney. Not only is there Disney World and Disneyland in California and the Disney Cruise Line, which if you've been watching my YouTube videos, you've already seen me talk about how wonderful Disney Cruise is. But did you also know that there's Adventure by Disney, an escorted land vacation that you can choose in many destinations all over the world? Joining me today is Janae. She is an adventure guide with Adventures by Disney, and she is joining me today to talk about everything you can experience when you book an Adventures by Disney tour. Thank you for joining me today, Janae.
Yeah.
And I would love, I know I've talked to you before and heard all the wonderful things that you get to do in your job, and I was wondering if you'd like to share with our audience on the different types of experiences that they can look forward to on Adventure by Disney tour.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the great thing about Adventures by Disney is you're not just confined to the theme parks or even just the cruise. Wherever you want to travel in the world, we're probably there or really nearby. We're at over 2 different destinations around the world, and this is guided land-based travel. So it's all about putting a Disney spin on it. So it's not just enough to go and see the Eiffel Tower. You really want to experience what it's like to live in France. You really want to engage all of your senses and to be able to have a true vacation. You want it to be hassle-free. You don't want to have to worry about the details. You just want to be able to show up and have a great time with your family, whether your family is your actual family or if your family is you and your friends or if you're going multi-generational or however you want to do it. You want to have a vacation on vacation. You don't want to have to come back and think, my gosh, there was so much work that now I just need to go on break again. You want to be able to have everything done up front. So when you go there, you just have to worry about having a great time. And we're going to make sure that they do.
So what are some of the details that I know Adventure by Disney provides that we don't have to worry about while traveling on the trip?
Absolutely. Well, it's a lot of the little things that add up to being big things. So you don't have to worry about planning any of the itinerary. This is set itinerary travel, so you've got free time so you can wander around and do what you want, for some of the places, but we are going to make sure that we've got your days filled. You don't have to wait in line at any of those places. We've got VIP access everywhere. You don't have to worry about paying anything extra. Everything's paid for up front. It's all inclusive. So everything's all set. About 80 to 85% of your meals, all the activities that we talk about, the internal transportation, your 2 adventure guides, as well as the drivers, local guides and experts, as well as all of the extra magical moments that we have along the way. And again, those little things, like not even having to take your bags from place to place. So they disappear from hotel room A, they reappear in hotel room B. All you have to do is pack it. I'm not going to pack your bags. You get to play suitcase Tetris yourself. But we'll move it around for you after that. So we'll always have water. We'll always have snacks, sweet, salty, and healthy. Very important to have a variety. And you don't even have to take photos. We're going to take pictures of you the whole time. So that way you've got those great, amazing moments captured because I know what's coming next, even if you don't. So I can line up some really great shots. And that's all included, too. Again, it's not about being nickel and dime. So, I know I've been frustrated when I saw it, that I was saving some money on a vacation, and I get there, and it's like, oh, I have to take my credit card out again. And at the end, how much have you saved? When if I was able to do it all ahead of time, then I could have just relaxed and had fun and not really have to worry about anything. So it's really about making sure that everything is all set, that you're not only going to have a really great vacation, have a lot of fun, but also that you're going to learn something, and you really are going to get to experience another culture. If you just want to see things, save yourself some money, buy a coffee table book. But if you really want to experience a destination, this is a great way to do it.
So I've heard you tell many stories through your presentation. So why don't you share with our viewers one of your favorite personalized guest experiences or surprise that happen on a specific tour and give them an idea of the beautifulness that Adventure by Disney provides.
Sure, absolutely. Oh my gosh. One? It's so hard to narrow down just one. I think the big thing is that, on every single trip, there are so many things that we've set up that are separate and they're unique just for us. So when we're in Germany, we want to give you the opportunity to learn how to make pretzels. But we're not going to go someplace that every single tour company goes, to be able to do this. We're going to take you to a tiny little town, and we're going to go to a pretzel bakery, or not just pretzel bakery, a bakery that is 450 years old. It's been the same family the entire time. So they live right above the bakery. They come down every morning, 12, 1 a.m., something like that, so they can start baking everything for the day. So, tourists in the front, absolutely, but not in the back. It is designed for the baker, his assistant, and if he has one, his apprentice. So we actually have to split the group in 2 so that, in two different groups we can go back there. We can learn how to make true Bavarian pretzels, which I've been told is the only real kind, so just so everyone knows. And, so we make our Bavarian pretzels. And it's great fun. So the baker is super friendly. He's awesome. You know, he wants, his name's Wolfgang. He wants everyone to call him Wolfie. And
nice, easy to remember.
Very easy to remember. And he teaches us how to make the pretzels. He tells us all, you know, what it's like to have been in this one location for generation after generation after generation of bakers. And, you know, what it's really like to live there, what it's like to, you know, be a baker, and how we learned everything. And so he takes us through the whole thing. We get to make our pretzels. And, of course, the best part is later we get to eat them. Absolutely nice and warm out of the oven. And just because our vendors are so amazing, he has taken it upon himself to actually write up a little certificate for everyone. He actually took the German and translated it into Old English just for a guest, just to show them that they're all official master pretzel bakers now. And that's not even something Disney set up. Our vendors are so amazing that they do stuff like this themselves. So all of our guests get their own little certificate to go with their pretzel to bring home. And it's great. Like, it was so sweet of him to do that. And that took a lot of effort to not just translate from German to English, but to go into Old English and make it sound right and everything. So he's just wonderful. And it's a great, unique, authentic experience that our guests get to have.
Now, on Adventure by Disney, I do know that they do cater to the junior adventurers, so that's like the 12 and under crowd-ish. And can you tell us a little bit about the activities and the way the groups are split depending on the destination?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is really where it becomes important to have the two adventure guides, because that way, you know, one person can go with the adults and the other one can go with the junior adventurers, or often whoever else wants to come with the junior adventurers, because we have some pretty cool activities. You know, we've identified those parts of the trip where, you know, this is something we definitely have to do. Like when you're in Paris, you have to see the Louvre. You know, you have to go see Mona.
Sure.
So she misses those. She wants to see it. So we have to go see her. But, you know, the kids just aren't going to be as excited about going to the museum. So, you know, when you're 9, you don't care. You know, Mona Lisa means nothing to you. So we want to make sure that they're still learning art history, though, and we also want to make sure that they're still getting a lot out of that experience and not just kind of following along and being bored. And I mean, really, this is a good example of why Adventures by Disney exists in the first place. So there was a definite hole in the market for family travel where everyone is going to have a good time. It's not enough just to say that kids can go along. You want to make sure that everyone is having a good time, everything's at everyone's level, and everyone is enjoying their vacation together. And so one adventure guide goes with the adults, goes see Mona, you know, along with our trained Louvre guide, and the other adventure guide goes with another trained Louvre guide with the junior adventure, and we have an art detective game. So we run all over the Louvre, and we get to, you know, well, the art detective. We get to find all the different pieces, and often the junior adventurers end up learning more about art history than the adults, you know, because they're so into it. Yes. So they're really, really getting it, and we've got stuff like that on every trip. You know, we want everyone to have fun together, but there are some activities where we just know it's not happening. They're not having it, no. So we really need to separate them out to make sure that they're getting as much out of the vacation as everyone else as well.
Now, one question that I already know the answer to, but I want you to answer it.
Okay.
It is Adventure by Disney,
Yes.
and when you hear Disney, you think of Mickey and Minnie. So
Absolutely.
as the kids are running through the Louvre,
Yes.
are they being escorted by Mickey?
No, and I love my boss. I've got a cute boss. Mickey Mouse is great, you know, but yeah, Mickey's not going to jump out of a cake at any point. You know, he's not leading the group through. And, I mean, obviously when you hear the name Disney, Mickey is going to be the image that comes to everyone's mind, and that's wonderful. But for this specific product, the Disney means that it's safe. It means it's high quality, and it means that we're able to provide experiences that no one else can. Because people have grown up with Mickey, they've grown up with Disney, so they're willing to open their private businesses, their homes to us to be able to take our groups in. You know, they're not interested in becoming someplace where 8 million tourists a day come through, but they know that our groups really do want to learn about the culture, and they want to have these unique, authentic experiences, and so they're willing to let us into their home. So that's kind of where the Disney comes in. They're not going to see any characters on the tours because that's not what it's about. So I absolutely love the Disney characters. I got my favorites.
Yes,
Everyone does.
yes.
But it really isn't about, you know, about Mickey and Minnie. It's about that level of guest service and about the safety and security and everything else that comes with, you know, that value set that comes with here in the Disney name.
So with the Adventure by Disney land-based tours, you are getting that great level of luxury, you're getting that personal service, and you do get to do a ton of things that the general public does not get to do, or even along with the other tours that are provided. Now, can you just briefly, I know it's a lot, but countries, how many countries is Adventure by Disney in?
Well, we are in over 24 countries. We're on 6 continents, so no Antarctica yet. But give us time. I'm pretty sure we'll have Adventures by Disney on the moon at some point. But we're in 6 out of 7 continents, and We are in over 2 dozen destinations around the world. I believe our final count right now is 28, but stay tuned because it changes all the time. So, and we actually just added a new trip as well. So we've had Ecuador and the Galapagos for a while. We have a new 12-day trip where we took that and added the Amazon on as well.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty epic.
Exciting.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's amazing to be able to add
Combination.
something like that
Yeah.
on. You know, how, I mean, that's a place that everyone I think would probably like to see, but you're like, oh, is it safe? I don't know. If we're sending 6-year-olds in, we figured it out, you know?
Yeah.
So exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're pretty much all over the place. And, you know, like I said earlier, if there's somewhere you want to go and we're not there yet, just give us some time because we probably will be.
There eventually.
Exactly.
Eventually. And Adventure by Disney does offer, although it is a family type of trip, they do offer adult-only departures.
Yep.
So if you want that level of luxury and that special attention to detail and those special little things that nobody else gets to do,
Yeah.
but you don't want the kids,
Okay.
it can be arranged.
Yeah.
Great, great.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining me
Yeah.
today. And thank you, guests, for watching. Again, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, happy travels.